Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Wolves 1, Man City 2 in the Premier League. So make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Let's jump into it. So Wolves 1, Man City 2. Pep did change the lineup a little bit. I'm sure international duties and things like that. A couple of changes were needed. So in goal, we had Ederson. In defense, we had Lewis, Diaz, Stones, and Vardy. And then in midfield, we had Kovacic with Bernardo Silva and Gundogan. And on the right, we had Savinho, Docker on the left, and Haaland up front. And look, I said in the match preview that we can't let Wolves just open the game up and just attack us, because that's what they want to do. And Wolves will get players forward. They are dangerous. We saw last season at Molineux. We are vulnerable to them counter-attacks, and we are vulnerable when they get chances. And Wolves took their first chance they got in the game. You know, we started bright. We started really bright. And I'd argue that this is probably the best I've seen us press this season, and possibly last season as well. We absolutely dominated Wolves in that first half and in the second half as well. We absolutely penned them back. We pressed really high. Every single play pressed. Every single play did the tracking back. Everyone did their defensive duties. But that being said, like I said, Wolves scored with their first real chance of the game, and you've got to question our defense this season. We're just not getting anything right. You know, that high line, it's just not working for us. And when we don't have Walker with his pace, we're so vulnerable to it. And it's horrific the way we start in games, to be honest with you. And we can't keep doing it, because we're going to not get away with it eventually. But Wolves get their goal. Good counter-attack. And like I said, the first half, we absolutely battered them. But the one thing that I hate about us starting slow in games, and I've said it so many times, well, when you go to places like St. James's Park, when you go to Molineux, when you go anywhere away from home in the Premier League, if you let them score an early goal, or you let them score first in the first half, it becomes a nightmare, because the crowd gets on their backs as well. And then they become even more aggressive in the tackles. They become even more aggressive in the press and defending, and they get that big energy boost from the crowd, and we let them have that. So when we dominate that first half, we penned them back, but we weren't really doing anything with it. We were on a lot of long range shots that Sarr was able to save. Made some good saves, Sarr, in that first half. That one from Savinho at the end of the half. I mean, when Savinho got that power on it from standing still, I don't know how he did that, but it was a good save from Sarr. So he did do well. And Wolves could have got a second. Let's not forget about that. If Vardy, I mean, they broke through our defense so easy early on in that first half. If Vardy didn't get back in time and help out Ederson, who made the save down low at the guy's feet, you know, we probably would have been out of that game, or we'd be fighting for a draw. But we did get the equaliser, and Vardy cutting in on his right, smacking it from like 20 yards. Top corner. Sarr got a hand to it, but it went into the top corner. And it's a great goal from Vardy. That's why he's on a City playing my fantasy team, and that's why, because I know he's going to score goals. And when he gets forward, he's absolutely lethal. And even though Lewis was playing on the right-hand side and he was stepping up into midfield in the middle, Vardy was able to get forward because of how well we were pressing, how well we were defending from the front. So we went in 1-1 at half-time, but you know that Wolves are going to get a couple of chances. But you expect the second half to go exactly the same way. And it did go the same way. And Wolves, in their credit, did defend with everything they had. They did defend in numbers. They gave it 100%, Wolves. And I said in the match preview as well, yes, they've lost the last 5-6 games, but they do score goals. They are capable of scoring goals. But if you attack them, you will score eventually. And, you know, it proved to be the case. We got the goal late on with Johnny Stones. Again, another last-minute goal. Well, another last-second goal for him from a corner. And I think if it finished 1-1, you probably couldn't have argued with the result, in all honesty, because I think Wolves were good for the draw. I don't think we did enough to win it, particularly at the end. But we got the 3 points, and that's what champions do. That is what champions do. But let's go through the player performances. Ederson, could he do anything about a goal? Absolutely not. And I said he made a good save low down at the feet. Lewis, defensively, I think he's okay. Going forward, he's a lot better. There's a couple of chances where, you know, if he's just a little bit quicker getting his shot away, he tries to take too many touches inside the opposition box. But again, he did okay. Diaz and Stones, I think they're a good partnership. I don't think they're as good as Akanji and Diaz, but I think playing Stones in there, like I said, Stones or Akanji or Diaz, whoever you play, I'm happy with. And I thought they did a fantastic job. Of course, Stones got the goal late on. So, I mean, man of the match performance for me. And then left-hand side, Vardy, who I think is quickly becoming my favourite player at City. I mean, I said last season how good I thought Akanji was. I mean, we've got Haaland, we've got Bernardo Silva, got Savinho, got De Bruyne. But my favourite players are defensive players. And we're not even good at defending. But Vardy is such a good player. Oh my God, he's an absolute world beater. For me, I wouldn't pick anyone over him at all. That left back position, absolutely incredible. Kovacic, I thought, had one of his quieter games. I know he didn't score goals in this one. He got two in the last game against Fulham at the Etihad. But I do like Kovacic, and like I said in the match preview, I would have put him in that CDM role as well. I think the energy he brings, the engine he's got going up and down the pitch, he's able to control the ball, he's able to pass. I think he had another solid game today. Ahead of him, Bernardo, nuisance as always. He is an absolute nuisance. That's what he is, and he brought some absolute quality moments today. I thought his 1-2s with people on the way. He's appearing on the left, on the right, in the middle. He's absolutely everywhere, Bernardo. He had a good game. Next to him was Gundogan. Again, another quiet one. I think there's two players. There's Gundogan and there's Savinho. And I think this game sums them both up perfectly. You know, they're getting in the right positions. They're doing the right things. But once they score, be like Pringles, you won't be able to stop them. You know, once they pop, they won't stop. And I think that's the case of both, because I think Savinho is snatching his chances. I think he's possibly trying too hard. But when he's on the ball, he's absolutely dangerous. And the same with Gundogan, quality on the ball. You know what he brings to the team. He's an absolute world-class player. And I think once they both get that goal in them, and they'll both go on then. Left-hand side, Doku. Again, most of the attacks went for Savinho in the first half. Second half, a little bit, different, because it did change with Savinho and Doku changing sides. But Doku, for me, doesn't do enough, and he does get brought off towards the end. And I think Pep's changes. I think he needed to bring on Foden sooner, Grealish sooner, and also Nunez sooner as well. But again, questioning, we got the job done. And up front, Haaland, very, very quiet game. He had a lot of Wolves defenders around him, and I think that's what he has to live with. He didn't really get any chances. There's a great moment at the end of the second half before we scored the winner, where Foden's played the long diagonal to him. He brings it down wonderfully with his left foot, turns and finds Nunez, who's running about 40, 50 yards to get on the end of it. Wonderful play by Haaland. His link up and his hold up play is fantastic at times, but he didn't get any chances himself. Now, the goal, that is the controversy, and I've seen Sky Sports try and drum up interest and clicks and all that sort of thing, and they're saying like, oh, well, it should have been given offside because Bernardo's interfering. The keeper, he touches the keeper. Who gives a crap? So, corner, let's be honest, it's a clear goal right from the beginning. Let's just say that it is a clear goal. I mean, this should not be disallowed, this goal. Corner comes in from Foden. Now, Bernardo and the keeper are touching each other because that's what happens on corners. I mean, we get it all the time. Edison, Sarr, if Sarr can't handle a midget in Bernardo, then that's his problem. And I can call him midget because they're the same height as me. So if he can't handle that midget in front of him, that's Sarr's problem. So he pushes Bernardo. So Bernardo steps forward as the corner's taken. And Sky have been saying, and I've seen people say, but he's offside. He's interfering the goalkeeper. He's touching the goalkeeper. Yeah, he is. But that's when the corner's taken. Now, you can't be offside from a corner. So far, nothing wrong. Bernardo is disengaged with Sarr. Ball is in the air. So still can't be offside because it's still direct from the corner. Still not touching the keeper. That's over with. That's done. That's finished. Stones heads the ball. And Bernardo, being the dwarf genius that he is, knowing that he's a midget, he still thinks, you know what, I'm going to duck to make myself even more smaller. So he ducks. Ball goes in. Goal. Clear goal. Yeah, he's in standing in offside position, but he's in no way interfering with the keeper. Like I said, he may have touched the keeper when the corner was taken, but that's fine. That's the corner. Can't be offside from that anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, yeah. By the time it reaches Stone's head, that whole thing's done with. The whole scenario's done. So, goal. And if you say anything different, you're just bitter and upset, which I don't mind because I don't care. It didn't happen to my team. So, yeah, clear goal, 2-1. Do we deserve it? Possibly not. I think draw would have been better. And I was thinking that, going into injury time, I was thinking, well, we've got a point more than we did against them last season at Molineux, where they absolutely did us with 2 counter-attacks. Neto scored, scored it on goal as well. But look, we got 3 points in this one on a weekend where Arsenal lose to Bournemouth. Playing these games straight after international breaks is really tough, and I do think if we played them 2 weeks ago, we would have made this game a little bit easier for ourselves. But we got the job done. We go on forward. We continue our unbeaten run. We continue our great start to the season. We're top of the table with Liverpool yet to play Chelsea. Everything's rosy in Blue Land. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks for checking it out. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and yeah, see you again in the week. That's it. 2-1. Johnny Stones. Johnny Stones.